The NFL offseason, as we all know, can be really wild at times. It's like a action movie. There's always something going on. You have the NFL draft, you have NFL free agency, and then you have my favorite part about it all, the trade speculation. Because it seems like every offseason, there's always a good amount of big name players who potentially could get traded, and then they never end up going anywhere. Now, this year, there are rumors circulating around that the Chicago Bears potentially could trade away Justin Fields. Now, I don't know why these rumors are even out there, probably for views and clickbait, because I think there's no way in hell the Chicago Bears move on from Justin, Mr. Himothy Fields. And even the idea of Chicago trading Justin Fields and replacing him with Bryce Young just sounds really stupid to me. And I get that Bryce Young, in a lot of people's eyes, is viewed as one of the greatest quarterback prospects coming out of the NFL draft, and I would agree with that. Even though he is undersized, I believe that he is an incredible player. But at the same time, though, he still has yet to take in a snap in the NFL, and it is dumb to assume that Bryce Young is better than Justin Fields, because essentially, if you're trading Justin Fields and replacing him with Bryce Young, that's what you're saying. You're saying that right now, Bryce Young is a better quarterback than Justin Fields. And the people who are making the argument for why the Chicago Bears should consider it, they say, well, Justin Fields is inaccurate. Who was he throwing to? Darnell Mooney? He was hurt. And even when he was on the field, he wasn't even a true number one. And then you get Chase Claypool, and the dude just disappeared. And as a Steeler fan, thank you. We greatly appreciate it. If you watch the Chicago Bears, the only thing that made the Bears worth watching was Justin Fields. It was the Justin Himothy Fields show. Did you not see that touchdown that he had against the Philadelphia Eagles when he damn near got his neck broke? He broke out of the sack, and then he ended up doing some crazy moves in the open field, and it was just off to the races. When Justin Fields gets going, I promise to God, this dude is like, you ever seen that train movie Unstoppable with Denzel Washington in it, and they trying to stop the train that's driving by itself? I don't know who was driving it. Maybe it was the ghost or spirit or something, but something was driving that train by itself, and they couldn't stop it. That's Justin Fields. When Justin Fields gets going, this dude is really hard to stop. He's like a bull. You guys see the bull? You guys, I don't know how many of you guys used to watch the little bullfighting things growing up as a child, but I used to be a big fan of bullfighting. So they'll fight these bulls, and then I also was a big fan of bull riding. And when the bull ended up throwing the dude off and ended up trying to attack somebody, it was doggone near unstoppable. It took like 3-4 people to get that thing back in the cage. Against the Detroit Lions, they basically sold all out on trying to stop Justin Fields. This dude is one of the most unstoppable players in the league when he gets going. But the problem is, Chicago hasn't done a great job at surrounding him with the pieces that he needs to take that next step. How can you knock a guy for not being accurate when he's not even throwing to any wide receivers who most of us even know? How many of you guys knew that N'Keal Harry played for the Chicago Bears? Unless you're a Chicago Bears fan, most of you guys probably thought that this dude was out of the league. I mean, if people are going to knock Justin Fields for his accuracy, can we at least be fair and say that he completed 60% of his passes throwing to Chase Claypool, Darnell Mooney? Like, come on, man. Meanwhile, we got Jalen Hurts throwing to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Hell, even Lamar Jackson, even though he ain't have no receivers, at least he has Mark Andrews. People talking about he got Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet didn't really come on until like late in the season. Justin Fields needs help. And for the Chicago Bears, trading away Justin Fields would be them going back to stage one. Because then you're, once again, putting yourself in a situation where you have to design the offense around a different quarterback. And earlier this season, Luke Getsy The Chicago Bears offensive coordinator, he got a lot of backlash earlier this season from not just Bears fans, but people in the national media in general for struggling to find out a way to build an offense tailored around Justin Fields' strengths. Now, it took a while, but eventually they got things going. So eventually, you trade Justin Fields, you got to do the same thing over again. And like I said, even though we all believe that Bryce Young is going to be successful, there's no guarantee. Plus, the dude is injury prone. And you can say, well, JT, Justin Fields has missed time with injuries. Cool. But who do you think is going to be more prone to injury? A guy who's built like wet sandpaper? Or a guy who's 6'4", 200 and something pounds, and built like a running back at quarterback? I mean, come on. For the Chicago Bears, trading Justin Fields just really wouldn't make a lot of sense in the grand scheme of things. Yes, you probably could say, well, JT, we had the number 1 overall pick. We take Bryce Young and we trade Justin Fields for more picks. Then okay, but you would end up putting all your faith in somebody who has yet to take in a single NFL snap, and plus somebody who we have concerns about their ability to stay healthy. You could trade that number 1 overall pick and get so many different assets, and plus still keep Justin Fields. You already have your franchise quarterback. I don't really think there should be any questions about if Justin Fields is or is not the guy. If for the people who are saying, well, Justin Fields is only going to be a mid-average quarterback, I disagree with that. Did you not watch the Chicago Bears this season? The only reason why they had the opportunity to win some of the games that they did was because of Justin Fields. The dude literally was the team at times. Outside of Justin Fields, Khalil Herbert, and David Montgomery, that was it for the Chicago Bears. Really, the main way the Chicago Bears were moving the football was by running the football. You can say, well, JT's not accurate. I mean, his receivers aren't really doing them no favors. And even when Darnell Mooney was healthy, he wasn't even all that great. And I would know because I had him on my fantasy football squad. I believed the hype. I thought that Darnell Mooney was going to break out this year, and he ain't really do anything. And yeah, I understand that Justin Fields, he ain't perfect. But I mean, you got to give some man the help. You got to give Justin Fields some assistance. Give Justin Fields some customer service. It's not that hard to make a couple of phone calls, get DeAndre Hopkins in there, spend a little money in free agency to go ahead and get a true number 2 receiver. It doesn't take that much to get a couple of quality offensive linemen in there. Why is it that bad franchises have a hard time understanding that to win in the league, you have to build around your quarterback? It's no point of drafting a quarterback and only letting him develop for 1 or 2 years and then replacing him with another quarterback. What sense does that make? That makes no sense. Even the idea of thinking about trading Justin Himothy Fields is stupid. When you have a franchise guy, you commit to him. Justin Fields at this point has proven that he's not a bust. I don't know what people expect guys like Justin Fields who go to these sorry situations to do. You're expecting this man to turn glitter to gold. And people talking about well, Joe Burrow, bruh. Joe Burrow, before he had Jamar Chase, despite the fact that he had a terrible offensive line, he still had T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. Justin Fields doesn't have a T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd. He also doesn't have an offensive-minded head coach. He has a defensive-minded head coach and Matt Eberflus. The fact that we are even comparing or even thought of mentioning Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow situations, no. Justin Fields needs some help. Justin Fields is not the problem in Chicago. Bears fans know this. People in the national media seem to not. Are they watching the games? I promise you, a lot of these people who are saying that the Bears need to trade Justin Fields because he isn't going to be all that great haven't watched too many Bears games. If you have watched a couple of Bears games, you would know that Justin Fields probably was the sole reason for why Chicago even had the opportunity to win the amount of games that they did. Unbelievable that we are even discussing the possibility of Justin Sir Himothy Fields being traded.